Hey there, everybody. Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. I'm Jordan Maley. I'm here with my mom and business partner, Kathy Schneider, and we are super excited to come to you guys today and chat with you about our brand new Create Content with Confidence workshop, which you can attend for free, but the doors are closing tomorrow, Friday, September 18th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. So we wanted to come to you guys and just talk a little bit more about this workshop, why we're so excited about it, and honestly, help you come to a decision as to whether or not it's a good fit for you, right? Like, we don't ever like to push people, or we don't like to, hard close you or tell you you have to have this or you're going to fail if you don't get it. That's not our style. That's not how we like to do things. But we want to make sure that whatever decision you make supports you and your business and the growth of your business and your goals and all the things that you want for you and your family and everything in the future. So we wanted to come and just chat with you guys a little bit about this workshop and share a little bit of social media strategy, a little bit of social media training while we do it. So let's talk about the two ways that you can build a team, Mom.
Yeah, so you can build a team basically two ways on social media, okay? There is the very active prospecting, okay? And that would be where, you message people, you reach out. You're just actively, you are prospecting, okay? You are just, like the word active means, you're very active doing it. Years ago we used to buy leads. Now we make our list of people and we reach out and we invite those people to take a look, okay? But so that's one way, okay? That's way number one, active prospecting. And then way number two would be attraction prospecting, okay? That's where you're attracting people to come to you, okay? And I think that most of us, that's what we want, right? We want, it's like, yeah, I want to build a business, and I want to build a business where people are coming to me and saying, hey, what do you do? Like, I kind of, what is it you do? In fact, Jordan and I were just laughing about that. The fact that here we are, we live 20 minutes from each other, and we're on here on video, talking to all of you guys. And the whole idea of it is that we do this because we've built a brand where we're able to attract and people coming to us. People come to us and ask us about our business. And the way we've learned this is, through all of the training and information that we've been exposed to.
People like Ray Higdon, like Tanya Eliza, and several others. Those two have definitely probably played the biggest role in our branding.
Branding, yeah. And there's a lot of other skills we've learned from other people, but when it comes to branding, Ray Higdon and Tanya Eliza have taught us so much.
Well, and if you got to listen to any of Ray's video last night that we did, he talked about, he was doing these live videos, and pretty soon he was generating over 100 leads a day, people coming to him. Does that, raise your hands, drop it in the comments, those of you who are watching. Wouldn't that be pretty amazing to have leads coming to you to grow your business? I'm sorry, there's the UPS truck drove by, the dogs.
Okay, mine will be barking next, so it is what it is.
But yeah, wouldn't it be cool though? Drop it in the comments if you had people coming to you saying, "Oh my gosh, do you have a link for that? Oh my gosh, like, what company are you in? I just want to know." Like Ray said, he had over 1,200 people a month. This was years ago. I'm sure it's like 12,000 a month now saying, what company is Ray Higdon with, right? People just wanted to work with him. They didn't care, where he worked or what business he was in. They just wanted to work with him, which is pretty phenomenal. And so when you start thinking that way about attraction marketing, that's what we want to talk to you about today. And there's really two ways to attract people to you. All right. Or two things that you need if you want to attract people to you.
Yeah, right? So there's two ways to build a team on social media: active prospecting and attraction prospecting. And then when it comes to attraction prospecting, there are two things that will actually, that are you can't attract people to you unless you have these two things.
Right. And the first is a leveraged way to connect with as many people as possible. Okay. Exactly. Now we teach a lot in our training and stuff about meeting people in Facebook groups and things like that. That's a very strategic way and it works really well. But if you have a brand and you can get a little more leverage, you can do it a lot faster.
Mhm.
Okay. There's no way we would have built a community of 30,000 people in 12 months by just meeting people one at a time in a Facebook group, right? But
Mhm.
there's leverage strategies. And I love some of the stuff Ray shared last night on his video about what they're going to be training on Rank Makers. There's one specific coach who's going to be speaking at Rank Makers. He was actually Oprah Winfrey's coach.
Mhm.
And his expertise is helping you get your name out there on interviews, on podcasts, on Facebook Lives. That has been a big part of our brand, of getting our name in front of other people. And that's a really, you can kind of do something that way. You can do paid advertising. There's lots of ways to do it. But you've got to have a leveraged way to connect with as many people as possible. And then the second thing is you have to be able to present yourself as a trusted source that people want to buy and do business with,
Mhm.
right? I mean, you think about, some of the celebrities out there. I'll just throw, like, I'm trying to think of somebody who's just like crazy outrageous, right? I'm thinking of like that pageant show that was real big several years ago, that Honey Boo Boo, right? Her mom or whatever. I never watched the show, but I still, like, I can picture the woman's face in my mind. And I just remember she was like, her brand, her reputation was, she was just a little obnoxious, right? And so probably not the person who you would go to for business advice. Probably not the person you would go to if you wanted to start a business, right? So it's not just about eyeballs and having people coming to you and building this audience. You've got to build influence with this audience. And Ray touched on this a lot last night, by giving value so that you become a trusted source, right, Mom?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very, very so. Very, very much so.
So during the workshop, that's what we're going to really touch on. And we're going to get into that a little more detail here in a minute. But, when we went to our first Ray Higdon event, I remember we didn't have any audience. We didn't have any influence. I
No.
mean, none at all. Like if I did a Facebook post, I might get 2 likes, and one of them was Mom, and one of them was probably my aunt, right? Like, we didn't have an audience at all. So
Well, it was our team. I mean, we bought leads for so long, and a lot of what we had, the people who knew us were the people who were already working with us.
mhm.
And I know that there's a lot of people like that out there. It's like your team knows who you are, but they're already there. They're already in the company. Or maybe it's sideline. Maybe it's people, that are already in your company. Maybe they're not even on your team, but not sponsored by you. They're not your customers or people you personally sponsored. Well, they know you but you're already all in the same company. Those people, unfortunately, don't count when it comes to being able to build moving forward.
Exactly. So when we went to Ray's event, this is why we believe in Rank Makers Live so much, you guys, because we went in there kind of at a big transition point in our business. We were really wondering, like, do we even want to build? And we had just walked away from the business we'd been with for over 10 years for many reasons I won't go into, but we were saying, like, do we even want to do this anymore? Do we have the energy to build again, right? And we'd been having all these people tell us, over the years, oh, you got to build an audience, you got to build an influence, you got to do attraction marketing. And we didn't really know what that meant. I mean, we knew what it meant, but we didn't know how to get it, right? Like, we didn't have a strategy. And at Rank Makers Live, it wasn't called Rank Makers Live, but it's, Ray Higdon event. He didn't call it Rank Makers back then, but we walked out of that event with a strategy for the first time ever. And there were other strategies, right? There was other stuff that we learned over that next year that we implemented. And that's a lot of what we're going to share with you guys in the workshop. But we came home and built an audience of over 30,000 people in that next 12 months. And, Brian Harden, he's on right now. I don't know if he's still on. He was on a minute ago. Brian probably remembers when the Global Freedom Community, this group you're in now that has over 10,000 members, that Brian remembers when there was less than 10 people in this group, right? Like, it was a small group. That was how tiny. And we just built it 5, 10, 15 people at a time, you guys, over the it's still here. Yeah. So we built that over the last 3 years, and it's just been an incredible blessing to our families, and to the lives of so many people that are impacted, right? Because you've got this knowledge that people need you to share. You just might not know what that knowledge is or how you should share it yet, and that's what we want to help you with.
Well,
So
and one thing I want to touch on, I think this is something we have not emphasized enough. It's come up briefly, both when we were talking with Lisa yesterday, and then also when we were talking with Ray yesterday. But this is something that is so important about these generic events, if you have them like it's not a company event. And that is the fact that, okay, you've got, usually your company event is usually a couple of days. There may be a leadership day, and then there's a couple of other days that are, just everyone in the company's there. Okay. And so you've got, or sometimes it's like a day and a half. So, day and a half to 2 days events. But they mix in all the recognition, which is awesome. Anyone who's promoted, advanced, they have people share their story, do a new product launch. There is so much, but there is very, very little training actually done at these events, right? Very little training is really done at these events. And I still go. I still say you should go. They're very, very, very important, but for other reasons. But when it comes to educating yourself and learning to actually build a business online, and be that whatever, and in this sense, we're talking about attraction marketing, attracting people coming to you. There is nothing better than a generic event that's kind of where the emphasis is. And they're bringing in experts from all these different areas. And then that's what we're following up with the workshop. So this has nothing to do with it's so important that you incorporate in at least one. And I think it's better to do 2 of these a year. And I was told this years ago when I first got started, and I ignored it for about 10 years. That was a huge mistake, huge mistake. I would read books. I would listen to CDs. I would do little things. But before I started actually traveling and going to events, and now, of course, we can't travel, so they're doing these things through a virtual platform. But it's so important that we do these generic events, because you've got 3 days of just training. You're going to get everything you need to go out and make a difference in your business. Beyond, not just, I was starting to say just the next year. That's not true. This will affect your business forever. Okay.
I keep it in this fire, and it's like a fake fireplace thing I have back here. It's basically a heater, a fancy looking heater, because my office gets cold. But there's a cabinet in it, and I still have the notebook with my notes from our first Ray Higdon event. Mm-hmm. And I still reference and use those notes for live videos, for blog posts, for we use it all the time. Wow. And then we've got a Google Doc with our notes from our first mastermind with Tanya Eliza. I can't even tell you how frequently we go back and reference that Google Doc. And those were events that were 3 years ago, you guys, and they're still paying us money every single month because that knowledge just continues to grow. And so we want to help you guys come back from Rankmakers Live and build an audience and become a trusted source that people want to buy and do business with, to become, to really build a community, but a community that pays you money, right? Because at the end of the day, we're all in our business because whether you need an extra $500 a month, an extra $1,000, whether you've got big audacious goals, you want 10,000 or even more a month, we're all here because we need a little more freedom in our life, right? We need a little more money, a little more time, and having a leveraged brand has given us so much freedom in building our network marketing business. And so we've never trained on that before, you guys. We always train on the fundamentals. But it's been 3 years now since we launched this thing, and it's just been such a blessing. And we thought, you know what, it's time. So we were going to create a course on this in 2021. And we thought, oh my gosh, how much better would it be if we took this content that we were going to use to create a course and we did it live for free for anyone who buys a Rankmakers Live ticket through us. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to include it because since our brand kind of kicked off at a Ray Higdon event, how fitting is it for us to train on building a brand for the first time after a Ray Higdon event? And we want to take all of you guys through it. And So we want to go over the curriculum a little bit. And we also want to congratulate those who have already purchased, right? Mom, do we want to do that first, or do we want to go over the curriculum first?
Let's go over the curriculum because we're running short on time. And then we can do that at the end, and those that want to stay on can stay on because we are running short on time.
Okay, perfect. So let's talk about week 1, Mom.
Yeah, and let's go through these kind of quickly, and we'll tell you guys, and then we can give you the link where you can go read more about it. So, week 1, how to use social media to quickly establish yourself as a trusted source with your friends and followers that want to do business with you, even if you've never had success in network marketing before. So we really already talked about that, right? But we're going to actually, in week 1, we're going to dive really deep into actually how to do that and make sure that you can establish yourself as a trusted source. People probably trust you and they think that you're a very, trustworthy person. That's not the problem. It's just, do they want to do business with you? Are you the one they think of when it comes to going into business with? Well, for most of us, no. If you're a teacher, they may not be thinking, oh, my teacher friend, I bet she can teach me how to run a business. Probably, you see what I'm saying? So you go to people based on what it is that their knowledge is. So we're going to help you understand how you can do that regardless of what it is you currently do for a living or what you've done for a living in the past.
Absolutely. Week number 2, we're going to help you cut through the noise and find your voice on social media. Everybody's got something unique about themselves. So we're going to help you tap into your uniqueness so that you can stand out on social media. And because I don't know, has anyone ever thought, why would somebody want to buy from me? Why would, oh, they could buy this from anybody. Why would they want to sign up with me when they could sign up with her or him? Well, you've got a reason that people would literally only do it with you. They would only sign up from you. They would only buy from you. And you've just got to find that voice. And that's what we're going to teach you and show you how to do and help you implement in week number 2.
Yep. Then week 3, we are going to take you inside our personal content strategy that's helped us grow from social media nobodies. We've already told you that. No one knew us when we first got started, except for people that were already in our company or our family, okay? And that was it. And so we went from social media nobodies with no online influence to trusted industry experts, which I'm just like, still, it's like, pinch me, really? But it's true, because now we have a community of over 30,000 followers. And when we start making a list of people that we want to interview inside our community and people that we know, I mean, this list, every day I think of 2 or 3 more people. Well, if you know them, they know you, okay? And so especially if you know them well enough to reach out and ask them to come do an interview. And it's like, really?
I was talking with Eric Worre yesterday, you guys. Yeah. That's something that several years ago we never would have even deemed possible.
Well, and here's the cool thing. When I reached out to Eric and messaged him, guys, he immediately responded back. I mean, within seconds. And, I'm sure he happened to be sitting there. It wasn't like he was, has my name on, the red phone waiting for that phone call. No. But the fact that, I mean, it wasn't like, I'm not sure about that. I'll wait and respond to that later. So, and it was just a friendly conversation. So you see, it's just, it's you got to know friends in high places, and you want those people to know you as well.
And then week number 4, we're going to show you how to turn your friends and followers. So you're building this influence, you're building this audience, but how do you take that and make it profitable? Okay. Like, what good is, and they talk about this on Instagram a lot. People might have 10, 15, 20,000 followers, but they're not making any money. Right? Followers are no good if you're not turning them into sales and signups for your business. So we have a very, very specific, very targeted social media strategy. In fact, they say that on average, as you build an email list, we're going to talk about building an email list during this workshop because it's very, very important. And they say on your email list, you can expect to make $1 a year for every subscriber you have on your email list. You guys, I have to tell you, we average $6 a year for every name on our email list. And it's because of it's not because we're special. It's not because we're amazing. People love us that much. It's because we have a very targeted strategy using email and social media to help us do that. And we're going to help you guys learn how to do that kind of magic in week number 4. And then in every single week, I just want to touch on this really, really fast. At the end of every year, during every single week, we're going to have that training, that live training, and then we're going to have a mastermind style like workshop segment of the training every week, as well as a real-time Q&A. We're going to be able to really review and go over your work. It's going to be very interactive. There's only about 60 of you guys in this workshop. So it's going to be a very close-knit little group, which is going to be really, really fun.
Absolutely. So we're actually going to be implementing is the point.
Yes.
So,
yes.
All right. Excuse me. So let's talk about the bonuses. Let me see if I can pull those up. I don't think I have one pulled up.
All right, I've got them. So bonus number 1, our 7-figure note-taking template. This one's going to make you giggle. What? Is there a right way to take notes? Yes, there is. We learned a really good way to take notes that helps you turn those notes into content. We're going to give you that template before Rankmakers Live so that you know how to take your notes during the event so that you can take everything and really apply it to the workshop.
Yeah, and then bonus number 2 is our 6-step launch formula. So you're no longer going to have to we don't launch from our living room anymore, right? Who has home parties anymore? Very few people, especially these days, right? So we're not doing that kind of thing. So inside this exclusive bonus, we are going to give you the 6-step launch formula that we share with our personal team, actually showing you how to launch your business on social media. So you're going to love this.
It's really cool. We have a lot of team members. In fact, I would say most of our team members get their first customers before their products even arrive when they follow the 6-step formula. So we're going to give that to you guys. Also, our Facebook and Instagram story tutorial and templates. Okay, how do you sell on stories? It's very, very important. Stories are becoming more and more important. It's not just about what you post in the feed anymore. And so, but there's, again, a strategy to it. We sell on stories all the time. So we're going to give you our tutorials and some templates to help you do that as well.
Absolutely. And then bonus number 5 is 8-week access to the workshop Facebook group that we're going to create for this workshop that we're talking about, the 4-week workshop. But you're going to have access to this. Like, it's not going to come up for the 4 weeks and be gone. Okay, so if you need to come back and check the recordings, if you need to check in and you need to ask a question. So basically, we're going to help you through, let's see, starts in October, for the end of the year, basically.
Yeah. And then we're going to give you lifetime access to all of the workshop recordings, all of the downloads, all the Q&As, all of that stuff, so that you can always go back and reference it. Again, I think about how often we reference our Rankmakers notes and things like that. So we're going to just go ahead and give you the workshop recordings so you're covered. Now, if you
without the group, like the group is where you can interact and engage and ask questions. Plus, you're going to be networking with these other people who've also attended Rankmakers Live with you and gone through the workshop with you. So these will be like people, I mean, I still think back, it's so funny, we attend a lot of Tanya's masterminds. We've attended the last 3. And I'm constantly saying, oh, so-and-so, Jordan, she was at mastermind number 1, or she was at mastermind number 2. Or it's so funny how many people, and that's how we reference them. And they're like friends for life. Like, I can receive birthday cards from these people. I was just telling Dad that today. So it's cool. It's awesome.
It is. Now, if you have a team, or maybe there's a group of you. I know, like at our last company, there was a group of us who were all cross-lined together, and we were just such good friends. But so maybe you've got this group of people who are in your company, or maybe you've got a team, and you guys all want to go in together, and you want to do this together. That's the best way to do it, because then you can really mastermind with people and get really specific about your company and your products and how can I apply this to my business specifically, which we're going to help you with. But how cool to have like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 friends who are in your company who can help you, right? Wouldn't that be awesome? So when you buy, there's these bundle packs. You can buy a 5-ticket bundle or a 10-ticket bundle. Mel Willem, I met you at mastermind number 2. Yes, I love that. But you can buy a 5-ticket bundle or a 10-ticket bundle. Okay, and when you do that, not only are we going to give all 5 or all 10 of you access to all of our bonuses, but we will also come in and do a private training just for your team. And maybe you don't have a big team. Maybe you want us to come do a private one-on-one call with you. We can do that too. It doesn't matter. But basically, you get an hour of our time to train on anything you want us to train on. We can train your people. We can train you individually. And We were talking about having friends in high places. We were talking with Tanya Eliza this morning, who's just a total rock star. And she has agreed that if you buy one of the bundles, she's going to give you an hour-long social media recorded training as well, all about what to post on social media. Tanya is just a total rock star. She's built a multiple seven-figure business in network marketing and online branding. There's no better person to help with that. So if you're one of our bundle buyers, not only will you guys get access to all of the bonuses, but we'll give you that extra free live training with us and an extra free recorded training from Tanya Eliza, which is pretty epic. So
absolutely. So the deadline is tomorrow night, Friday, September 18th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern, which is basically midnight, okay? Eastern, which is 11 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Mountain, and 9 o'clock Pacific, okay? And I can't do all the rest of the time.
And there's a timer on the page. So if you go to globalfreedomcommunity.com/rank maker, there will be a timer. It tells you exactly how much time. And because this is Ray Higdon's event, you guys, because we are ambassadors for this event, we cannot extend this deadline. Like under no circumstances, when it's 12 o'clock tomorrow night, we're done. We can't do it anymore. And that's out of our control. So we can't make any exceptions. The deadline is the deadline. So I recommend not waiting until the deadline because
things happen. I mean,
what if the internet goes out or something?
Somebody else today experienced Facebook going down for about 20 minutes. I mean, you just never know. Your internet can go out. A telephone pole can fall on a tree can fall on a telephone pole. I mean, things just happen.
Things happen. So, you've got to make sure that you're prepared. And if you're wanting, if you've been on the fence and you're like, this is something I need, if you're really serious about building a 6-figure, 7-figure business, there's no better way to do it than by building a brand. And you're not going to ever again get this kind of knowledge. Like, I am choosing to believe that next year we're going to be back in a live event environment in 2021, which is amazing because you get all the community to hang out, all that's amazing. But that means airplane tickets, hotel tickets, hotel food, which is really expensive. So you're not ever again going to get something like this for $97 ever again. This is probably,
I think at most events, I'll spend $97 just on water. I mean, I'm not even kidding. I mean, it's insane. I remember when we were at the Gaylord, actually at one of those masterminds with Melanie, who just commented a couple of minutes ago, and I went to get a bottle of water for Jordan and I just grabbed a $10 bill and ran out to get it. And guys, I did not have enough money for 2 bottles of water. I had to go back to the room and get more money. $10 would not buy me 2 bottles.
I don't think you went and got more money. I think you told me I had to suck it up and share a bottle of water with you.
I didn't. I came back, but I was so frustrated. It was just like, seriously, this is insane.
So I want to take a minute, and if you guys have any questions, if you're on live, go for it. We're happy to answer them, but that's all we've got. But I do want to take a second and just kind of give a shout out to those of you who have already taken action. You're already bought your tickets. And that would be Larissa McPherson, Sandra Manbode, Denise Caruzzi, Terry Bush, Kayla Bush, Pam Martin, Lisa Addy, Annabelle Candia, Martina O'Neill, Wendy Klein, Sandy Seiden, Amy McCack, Isabel Goulet, Stacy Cole, Anita Agnemir, Lauren Zuki, Cindy Lube, Shondell Harrington. You guys, Shondell, this is a fun story. Shondell,
your last name though now.
It's Harrington.
Is it still Harrington? Okay, I thought it was different.
Yeah, Shondell Harrington. And she
oh, it's her old email. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, it's her old email. Shondell Harrington was our hairdresser. And then she moved. So she's not a hairdresser anymore, but now she's in network marketing. So she does a lot of stuff with us. Mary Overson, Jonelle De Silva, Paula Rollins, Danette Conroy, Linda Harrison, Elizabeth Burke, Ceylin Doyle, Jean McCarthy, Lenora Stanley, Susie Brokaw, Kim Stedman, Melanie Willem, who's on live, Crystal Austin, Eva Elizabeth, Jackie Winter, Mary Beth Caddock, Tony, I don't think we had Tony's last name, Heather Reed. Let's see, that one we didn't have a name for. Aaron Gonzalez, Brenda Martina, or Martino, I'm sorry, Brenda Martino, Alexandra and April, those two ladies, Jonelle McCauley, Angel Burrell, Susan Cagle, Jennifer Handy, Heather Hughes, Becca Jones, Brooke Balmer, Laura Lim, Maricela Cruz, Carol Fawcett, Leanne Chiari, Yolene Latham, Barbara Flory, Claire McAllendon, Jeanette Kirsten, Wendy Young, and Casper Buck. So you guys, congratulations. We're really, really excited. Brian Harden says he's registering this evening. That's perfect. Excited for you, Brian. And so we really are very, very excited for you guys. We're so pumped about this workshop. The event's going to be off the hook, but the workshop, oh man, we've been wanting to do something like this for a really long time, and we're just really grateful that we have the opportunity. So if you guys have any questions, reach out to us. Feel free to send us a personal message. Feel free to send us an email. We will be checking them between now and the deadline. We're happy to have a one-on-one conversation with you if you're on the fence about this. But we're just really, really excited for all of you who have already jumped in and all of you who are going to be jumping in between now and tomorrow night at midnight. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. If you have any questions, let us know, and we'll talk to y'all soon.
Bye, everybody.